you're solving, then they should probably pay for that. Now, if it's just a little introduction, that's something different. But let's say, for instance, somebody that needs something done on their website, and it's something big. If it's a little widget, it doesn't matter. But if it's something big, morning, brother, how you doing, man? If it's something big, like for instance, someone needs to revamp their entire website, and you know somebody who can do that, you say, look, if I can get someone to do this for you, let me go find them. And you go out and find them, and you say, hey, man, I got someone for you. They're ready to roll. I've already basically pre-sold your product. I want 10% or 15%. If they say no, say, okay, good. Well, I'm sorry, but that's how I do business. And some people might get upset with that. And in the beginning, it's a little awkward because you're not sure how to do that. Hey, Brian, how's it going, brother? I did two Texans. The first one's on. Awesome. So I do get that sometimes where people are like, well, why do you want to make money from introducing somebody? Well, because you have a problem that you need to solve. I'm solving that problem for you in a way that's going to make you money. So yeah, you're going to pay for that. And that might sound greedy or it might sound, but think about this. I'll just give you an example. There's an Austrian company that wanted to bring their products to America and manufacture in America and sell to the government. They didn't speak any English. They wanted to go to America. So I set it up. First thing I did was add value. I said, give me everything you need. I'm going to go find it. And when I find it, I'll come back. So I came back. I said, have everything you need. And they said, well, how's it going to work? And I told them, I want an introduction fee. I want equity. I want a payment for 3 months to set up the deals. And I want commission out of the back end. And they were fine with that. Why? Because I gave them everything they needed to be able to deploy exactly what they wanted to do. Now, it doesn't even matter if it's, for instance, if you need someone who's going to build you something, or you need someone that's going to create something for you, and I find that person for you, and it's a substantial amount of money, I'm going to take a commission. Not from you, but from the person who's providing the service to you. And I will make that very clear to everyone that I'm going to get a commission for this. And what happens often is when you do this often enough, they're like, man, I'm gladly paying you this commission. When you give somebody 20 referrals at 10, 20K a pop, after a while, they're like, dude, you just made me 150, 200K. So why wouldn't I give you 10%, right? Morning, Bobby. Why wouldn't I give you 10%, right? Well, then you say, okay, we've gotten up to 20, you're 200K. What about an equity deal where I give you more referrals and we end up being partners and I take 10% equity? Most people say, hey, sounds legit to me. Why wouldn't they do that? If you've already proven to yourself, to them that you're a valuable part of their business because you bring in referrals, and why wouldn't they do that? That's how deals are made. You have someone who needs money to invest in their business and you find that money for them. Well, you should get paid for that. And I know people say, well, you got to be registered or certified investor and a broker and all that. No, those laws have changed on the 13th of March. There are some stipulations still, but you can get around about everything. I met a guy I need to introduce to you. He runs a secure communications business. All right, Brian, bring it. So there's ways to do this every way. For instance, if you're raising money for a company and you're worried about the SEC regulations for not being a registered broker, which you don't have to be, but most people think you do, you can get an agreement where they bring you on as a commission-only CIO, Chief Investment Officer. It's an agreement. You only get paid in commission if you're successful. You go out and raise the money, you're successful, you get paid, and they dissolve the agreement. Simple as that. And once customers. Great, Brian. So you see what I'm saying? I'm going to solve a problem for you, and you're going to pay me for it. Why wouldn't you? It's a service that like anyone else has. So these are the things that I do every day. People ask me for things. Okay, we can do this, we can do that. This is what it'll cost you, this, that, and the other. And people think now it's normal for me because that's what I do all the time. But when I started, like many of you, just started out, it might be like, how do I ask for this? And I talked to some guys today who were very successful, very, very successful, but they've never done the introduction game. And they asked me, we need to do this, we set up this and set up that. I said, no, 1-page agreement, referral agreement, investors agreement, whatever. It's a 1-pager, you do it. Lawyer looks over it if you need to. I don't need to. Mine are already proven. And boom, off you go. And if they don't pay, they don't pay. What are you gonna do? Run after them with court cases and stuff? I've never had anyone not pay in recent years. I did in the beginning when I didn't know what I was doing. But this is, again, when you want to learn something, when you want to know how to do something, you ask somebody who's already been there, right? You want to ask somebody who's already been there and done that. And that's how I did it. And that's why I have these bulletproof agreements now that no one would dare screw me over. Number one. Number two, no one's going to screw me over because then their name is mud. And it's just the way it is. Now, screwing someone over is sort of subjective. Some people might think, yeah, Steve took 10% commission, he screwed me over. And if anyone who is their friend doesn't ask the question, well, what did you get for that 10%? Well, I got 100K revenue. Well, isn't that worth 10%? That you wouldn't have had 100K otherwise? Hey, Jose, what's up, brother? You know what I mean? So it's all about perspective. If you're adding value and you're creating a situation where those two people, look, not only are you adding value because someone asks you to help them with something and build something, you find somebody to do that for them. You're adding value to them to help them build with their dream. And you're adding value to the guy who's getting money to help build that dream. Why wouldn't you get paid? Right? This isn't about money. This is about fair exchange. Right? Fair exchange. If you know anything about the coin carrier organization that I'm in, you know that's one of our top tier principles is fair exchange. Good afternoon. And fair exchange means in like, right? At the same level, equal. If you ask me, if you're making 100K from an introduction I give you and you give me 10K, that's more than fair, right? If you don't think that's fair, then you shouldn't ask for the introduction when I tell you it's 10%. And if you do accept it, then you shouldn't bitch about it afterwards. This didn't happen, by the way. I'm not like this didn't happen to me. I'm just had a conversation. As you know, I do these daily purges every day, and I talk about what it was that I had during the day. And this is this conversation I had. And I said, look, it's really simple. Whatever value you bring, you have to monetize it. Why wouldn't you do that? You want to live the rest of your life giving anything away for free? You know, investing in relational capital. Of course you invest in relational capital. That's part of it. That's part of it. I'm investing in you because I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go find somebody who's going to help you reach your dreams, fix your deal, or whatever it is that you want to do. That's my time. You know, if you want to pay me hourly, it would probably cost you more than that if I actually added up all the hours. So, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a moot thing. And that's scarcity mindset when someone says no. If someone says to me, hey, I can make you more revenue than you would make otherwise, would you give me commission? I wouldn't even question. I'm like, hell yeah. More revenue than I would have otherwise? Why wouldn't I pay commission? Right? It's just like driving traffic. You can save money on your SEO bills when you got someone bringing you traffic all the time. And I got some clients, they're really happy. Like really, really happy. Giving this away free can make you bitter. Be careful. Exactly, brother Rick. There's Rick, our COO of our Have investment fund. If you guys don't know who it is, Rick Tamburino. Really proud to have him on board. He's a Marine, but you know we deal with him. Sorry, brother. I can't resist. No, I'm really proud to have him on board with us, making this dream come true of Have, the Humble Alpha and Veteran Empowerment Fund. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, you know, giving things away for free. Look, I don't mind if you say, Steve, you know someone who can paint my house. I'm not going to go to the painter and say, hey, I want 10% of what are you going to cost, you know, what are you going to charge this guy to paint your house? I'm not saying that. Right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you have a legit problem that you need solved and I can solve it and no one else can, why wouldn't you pay for it? And if you don't want to pay for it, then I don't want to work with you anyway, because you don't see the meaning of fair trade. Right? Fair trade. Everyone should be treated for men's department. Exactly. Everyone should be treated and receive fair monetization, compensation, whatever it is. And fair might be, look, I can't give you 10%, but I'll give you 5% equity, or I'll give you 5% and 5% equity, or whatever. You know, there's all kinds of different deals. The thing is this. You don't know what the deal is going to be until you come up with the goods. So once you come up with the goods, then you make the deal. And that's how it works. Like when someone asks me, Steve, can you find someone who can bring my products to America? I'll be like, well, let me check. And then I'll go and then I'll check and I'll ask, hey, this is the product. Can you bring it? Are you interested? Yes, no, blah, blah, blah. We talk it out. And if they're interested and it looks like they're going to move forward, then I go back and say, hey, Israel, how you doing? Then I go back and I say, yeah, they're interested. I got somebody. It's this. It's going to be that much. It's going to be this long and that. Are you interested? Yes, I'm interested. They ask, well, how's this going to work now? Then I come with and that's why when you add value up front, you've already solved their problem. They practically can't say no, and they shouldn't say no either. And if they do, then you don't want to work with them anyway, because scarcity mindset will drive everything away. Sound like a big one? Sound like a big one today? Go out there and make it happen. You know, go out there and make it happen. Drive it for you. You know, you don't owe anybody any favors unless they did favors for you. And even then, giving away that expectation is the freest way to live, if you ask me. All right, because giving without expectation is a free way to live, and it adds to that one thing that we all seek. Every culture, gender, country, planet, universe, it's all one thing that everybody seeks. And you know what that is, right? What is that? What is it? What is it? What is it? Come on, let's hear it. Quality of life. See you tomorrow.